This is gonna be a new one for me, and there are two reasons for that. One is that I've never attended Game Developers Conference till now, and the other being that this is the first time I've been an attendee of anything since, I don't know, 2016. What makes this different from other conventions, though, is that this is a business gathering instead of a group of game-loving fans coming together. Full disclosure, this isn't going to be how to network piece, though there is some crossover here and there. I've been working professionally for almost 3 years now as a contract programmer and instructor, so I wasn't exactly going in blind. I went to GDC to grow the network and make some connections and maybe find an opportunity here and there. Also, I'm not a speech or conversation expert, so if any of the following information is wrong, please link me to some credible sources and studies because I like to learn some more. Regardless, I do hope that some of this info will be beneficial to whoever comes across this. Being in a convention center where the biggest companies and developers are in one place does pay potential dividends to talk to as many people as possible. During the day, the best place is the expo hall. At night is the parties, from what I've been told. Developers that are exhibiting are metaphorically chained to their booths, so they have to talk to other devs and potential publishers. The conversation can go further, but that's dependent on both speakers, I've come to realize this weekend. If both speakers are introverted, a likely scenario, both speakers are dependent on one another to carry the next topic. I try to find something memorable about their game, why they're at GDC, anything to keep the conversation going. It also helps if both of you are in line or packed in like sardines for something. I ended up with a lot of interesting conversations to latch onto when following up on people. This is a new tip I accidentally adopted during the show. After getting a giveaway notebook from the Magi booth, full disclosure, they helped me translating Naked World into simplified Chinese, Russian, and German, I started using it to remind me of the people I talked to. I would write down what we talked about, what struck me out about them, just so I can remember when I'm following up. It's definitely gonna help when following up on everybody. In hindsight, writing on a business card would have been better, but some cards don't have a blank side. Plus, the notebook has a solid surface to write on. If there's one thing I wish a lot of conventions provided, it would be a business card holder, because the ones I have can only carry so much and vary in terms of quality. GDC badges provide a little pocket for business cards. If that wasn't the intention, I don't know what it might have been. If I was out of cards, I just reach into my card boxes in my beaten up laptop bag for more. It was some of the fastest trade-offs I've had in a long time. It's simple, but it really helps. The only party I was able to get into was private invite beforehand by one of my colleagues. We met, we talked with other colleagues in person for the first time. One of them was a certified educator for Unity. We talked about what we've done, made a few cracks of our profession, and I was asked if I'd be interested in taking up a new opportunity with them. I got a tour of the Unity offices, got some swag. Job-wise, nothing's official at the time of recording, so fingers crossed. Never know who's gonna be looking at your work or who might be interested. Within my career, every opportunity that I've ever gotten came either from meetups I didn't feel like going to but went anyway, or failing to proofread my emails. When the Unity representative told me about the potential new opportunity, again, everything's up in the air at the moment, I needed to wake up earlier than usual to catch an educators meeting, leading to talking with some higher-ups. Of course, going to every meetup doesn't guarantee anything, but stuff does happen when it's not expected sometimes. Time for the stuff that didn't go so well. GDC is expensive, really expensive, meaning I just get into the expo hall and no talks. Honestly, I'm fine with that. I can just wait for GDC talks on YouTube, eventually. But on the flip side, it does mean wandering around and hoping to make a good contact in the dark. If I were able to go to talks, I'd be able to find people with similar interests, or problems, and connect over that in a straightforward manner instead of hoping for similar interests. I landed in San Francisco on Tuesday morning, one day before the expo hall opened. I just spent all that day going through the West building, networking with people, not being able to go to talks, mind you. Hopefully something comes out of it in the near future, or maybe even the far future, but I'm being optimistic about that. But it did kind of feel like a wasted day. I don't like big industry parties all that much. It's loud, a million things are happening at once, and I don't drink. Apparently, though, it's where everyone's at. When I found out, every single one was sold out, even the free ones. Judging by the lines I witnessed passing through, people need to get there decently early, too. I'd much rather be in a hotel room learning shaders or working on something productive, but I also recognize that networking with drunken developers is where friends and jobs are found. Remember when I said that a conversation is dependent on the two speakers and their level of introvertedness? Yeah, there was a lot of conversations that didn't amount to much. Either because I was too introverted, or the speaker, or there wasn't any interest, or whichever. Unfortunately, this isn't something that can be controlled. Or maybe I'm just not a great talker. Or both. I don't know. With so many people, it may feel easy to jump into a conversation and get a new connection, but it's no guarantee that it's going to be a good fit. There are many different companies at GDC: game companies, indie companies, engine makers, publishers, VR companies, students, and maybe some Silicon Valley opportunists. Sounds great, right? Well, this got me into conversations where I wasn't familiar with or was uninformed about the subject. Sometimes this turns into a positive like, hey, I never knew this thing existed. But in my case, it was more of, that exists. Not exactly in my wheelhouse though. Maybe I'm being closed-minded, you tell me. Overall, I enjoyed GDC, in terms of getting to know the ropes on the biggest game developer gathering on the planet. Who knows if I feel like doing it next year, I probably will. But I don't know how beneficial it would be for people looking to get their foot in the door, and that's a different subject entirely. I do think it's something every developer should attend at least once, if affordable, obviously. That's it for this postmortem. Let me know if you have any questions or feedback, take care of yourselves, and have a good week, and I got a pack for PAX.